impression of them? Well, I actually only was with one mom, and that's who picks me up. And I was terrified of her, just because I was just expecting someone that wasn't going to speak any English. But instantly she came up and hugged us and spoke English right away and did the whole time, so it was awesome. My homestay was set up as a separate situation, so my host mom lived in the main house and we lived in like a condo type thing in the back. I was so nervous about living with the host family and sharing like the same living space as them, so I wanted to get that figured out, so I did have a separate living situation and it ended up working out really, really well. I think the biggest surprise of living with the host family would be how much I loved them. I came into it super skeptical, like I refused to live with the host family and my parents kind of pushed me to do it. And I ended up loving her, still text her all the time, it's a year later. And I think I just wasn't expecting that relationship to be so strong and still be that strong. And I just kind of was like, okay, it'll be like my mom there, like she'll make me dinner. But it was more like a mom who was always there for me no matter what. I think my favorite part about living with the host family was the fact that they had 2 dogs. All the people that didn't live with the host family were so jealous of me, the fact that I got to pet dogs every day. And also the home-cooked meals were like definitely a bonus. I think my least favorite thing would be some of the meals, just because I didn't want to be disrespectful and be like, this is not something I like fish stew wasn't my favorite, but you learn to deal with it and it was really not that bad. So our relationship with our host mom, me and my roommates, was really strong. She would invite us to dinner every single night and we'd sit with her, and sometimes she'd have friends over to meet us that would eat with us, and she would take us to a bunch of museums just like that she wanted us to see. So it wasn't like a landlord situation, it was definitely more like hands-on, and like she really showed us some of her favorite restaurants and stuff like that, which was awesome. I think if I had to say something I had in common with them, it would be how much we like to shop. It was really random, but she loves it and we went all the time. I think the biggest challenge I faced was like communicating with her, as in like our Wi-Fi's not working, or like it's too cold, the heater's not warm enough, just because you're like grateful you're living in their house, but also you don't want to be like too pushy. I think the biggest skill that I got from living with the host family would just to be like more flexible. Because even when you're living with someone that's not your parents and they're telling you what to do, you're just like, okay. But you get there and it's really easy. And I've honestly learned to be so much more flexible with whoever is telling me what to do now, even if it's bosses or something. I originally didn't want to live with the host family and was kind of pressured to do it, but I would not change my decision at all. I definitely, if I wasn't with the host family, I probably would have asked to move in with the host family, just because I saw how many people loved their host families and really benefited from having that relationship. So I definitely would say host family all the way.